All right, I'm back with Jorgen, and a wonderful thing happened just as just as we were about to find out what happened with that amazing cube with Joe Russell. We lost our internet connection for some reason. So I'm going back to the position and to recap very quickly. Joe Russell was holding a two cube here, losing 8-4 in a match to 13, and doubled. And Jorgen was going to tell us his thoughts about whether or not he should take and go ahead, Jorgen. It's all yours.
Yep, I mean, this was probably the only time in the tournament where I had a hard time to thinking clearly because I was a bit stressed up that going from a heavy position with like 95% winning chance to this potentially match losing position.
But it's only the world championship at stake.
Exactly. What can go wrong?
Yes.
So my first instinct that for money this would be a big no double take, easy take. But this obviously is not for money. His recube is very strong because after he doubles me to 4, I will virtually never be able to double him to 8. And also, if I win the game, I won't have much benefit of winning a gammon that I can easily still do if I hit him from the bar.
Uh-huh.
And also, what makes it tricky, I have to really go through all these match equities here. What you need to find out is, for example, what his gammon price is. For money, you need that you know that you have to win 2 extra gammons for every loss to compensate to make it worth to play on for a gammon. At this match score, the gammon price is different. His gammons is worth more than it would be for a money game.
It's possible that the gammon price could be as high as 2 at some scores, especially on a recube.
Yeah.
And it could be as low as 0. The gammon value for you is 0, almost 0, because you only need 1 point to win from 12. So, yeah, it is a really tough calculation.
Yeah, exactly. So to find out that gammon price, the only thing you can do is to plug in all the possible match results you can after this game and have the match equities for them and start to compare them. And it's a lot of calculations you have to do in quite a short time.
The other thing you have to do is estimate your gammon losses here too. That's not that easy.
It's not that easy because the only thing I could see it now when they double me was that we either would roll a 7 or 8 or 10 and cover that 6 point. It was very hard to find that.
Well, I know that 2 checkers closed out on the bar with the other player having a closed board is about 40% gammons. I imagine that's a reference number you probably know too. So
yeah, but it's not that much useful here because it's a long shot from closing me out.
That's right. So you know it's going to be well under 40% gammons that you're going to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take a stab at it. I think you're going to lose about 10% gammons, about a fourth of that.
Yeah. That's what the XG says, about 10% gammons.
Okay, we're good. So, so what did you conclude? Did you take or pass?
I opted for passing.
Let's take a look what XG says. But you actually did come up with the gammon value, huh?
Yeah.
And it is a pretty substantial pass.
Yep, it's passed by like 0.05, 0.07, something around there.
Do you remember what gammon value you came up with?
No.
All right, well, we can find out. Analyze cube information, and we can click on gammon value, and it's really not that high. Why is that? Oh, that's with the cube on 2. With the cube on 4, that's what we got to look at. Yeah, it is high, 0.770.
Yeah, so it's worth more than for money, yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's about halfway between money and gammon go.
Yeah.
And your gammons, as we said, the value of your gammons was 1.02. By the way, when Extreme Gammon first came out, these were totally reversed. We had gammon price and gammon value reversed, and I'm very happy that that's sort of the things I caught when I beta tested this program for Xavier. And by the way, what you're looking at here is a beta program. This is the latest 2.19, which has some additional bugs removed. So Xavier's still working on this program to keep improving it. So when we say the Extreme Gamut isn't perfect, he is working hard, and several of us are beta testing it. I know that Mochi and myself and Neil Kazaros and Chris Yep are his basic beta testers, and we're always finding ways to improve it. So it'll keep getting better, and it's already only $60 to begin with. So if you join most of your local federations, there's a discount. It sure is for the USBGF, the US Backgammon Federation. But you can see the value of using this program to find out if you were right or wrong. In the old days, Jorgen, you may have passed this cube, and then how would you have ever known if you did it right or not?
Yeah, then you had to roll it out manually for 100 to 200 times.
Yeah, and you can't, and there's so many positions that come up in a 19-point match, and you played 11 matches in a row. How you can possibly, you'd never know. Now we know right away.
There's a lot of positions that you never know at that time. You had some props that was going on for several years, and people were switching sides, and
yeah, in a lot of ways, it was a lot more fun then.
In a way, it was. Yeah. That was more challenging to get better at that time. But
so, how can we make backgammon more challenging now? Do you believe in variations like that Pasco gammon I showed you, or doing some knack gammon or things like that, or is it still challenging enough for you?
I think the game is still good. I mean, as you see, it's very, very difficult to play. It's on a very good level, so it's still interesting game.
Yeah, and I think Monte Carlo. Again, this year, again, and almost every year, it proves that this is a game of skill, because look who gets to the finals. Two previous winners, two of the best players in the world in the finals this year, and almost every year you've got very, very top or almost the best players in the world getting to the finals and winning. So anything you care to add while we've got the world watching and listening on YouTube? Anything you want to mention about backgammon, about new players coming into the game, or how to improve or advance the game?
I think it's still a great game. I mean, and it's a little bit sad that with fewer and fewer players. It's like losing players every year. But we have still some great tournaments. The Monte Carlo one is amazing, and then you have this Cyprus tournament. I haven't been there. I'm going this time. Everyone who's been there says it's a fantastic tournament. And
you are going to Cyprus?
I'm going, yes.
Well, I'll see you there, and if you come a day early, you can get in our boot camp. And Mochi, Michi, and I are hosting a boot camp, and Dennis Culpepper, and maybe we can teach you something.
Yes, why not? Yes, I love that.
Or maybe you can help us teach, actually. Falafel says he'll probably make it, and he'll help us with the boot camp as well. But I'm looking forward. It'll be my first Cyprus as well. Then I'll go to Japan, and we're going to do other boot camps around the world.
Yeah, are you going to Japan now in October, or?
Yes, I'll be in Japan. I go to Japan every October. It's my favorite city and my favorite tournament. And I just love the people and the food and everything about it. You going to come?
I would like to go. I actually started looking a little about for flight tickets and things like that. And
be sure to come. Be sure to come and let me know, and let Kenji know. We have some incredible sushi at some of the best restaurants in the world, and of course the play is lots of fun. And I'll show you around Tokyo. It's there's not a more fun city in the world to walk to just be walking around. It's just alive at all the time. It's great. It's great.
The big problem will be get the permission from my wife. That's the hardest.
Well,
she likes to go to Tokyo too. So
Jorgen, I'll just give you. I'm older than you, so I could give some advice in that area. I have never.
Right, very good. Yeah.
I have never let any of my wives interfere with my backgammon.
All right.
And that's
so
why
I start to shop around for air tickets now. Then.
Great. Okay, I'll see you in Cyprus for sure, and I'll see you again in hopefully in Tokyo. And thank you for taking the time to do this interview. I think it's really fun.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.